G'day, welcome to the Cam TV. This is episode 3. It's been a while coming, but hopefully worth waiting for. Hey, thanks for all the positive feedback and the comments that we've been getting. It's really nice to get that. And thank you for sharing, because that's the only way we're going to get this to a wider audience. So wherever you happen to be watching from in the world, welcome along. This is all about Cairns Area musicians. Now I'm going to start the show in the way I like to, with a very strong video clip. And I tell you what, the girls of country have got it all over everyone at the moment. This lady's from Mariba, her name is Jade Holland, and this is Mess With A Girl Like Me.
Remember back in the beginning when you told me that I rocked your world. Your perfect blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. You said you didn't want to live a day without me by your side. So I cut you a key, you were moving in. We talked about picking out the perfect ring. I was walking about with my head in the clouds. How could I have been so blind? You said don't talk back, don't touch my phone. But can you leave well enough alone? What I'm gonna tell you is about to blow your mind. I bet you never thought that you'd get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. So I guess you lose those snakeskin shoes and your pants and your fancy car. I pulled out the stops and I called the cops and I told them where you keep your weed. You should've known better than to mess with a girl like me. Tell you about 11:35 last Friday night. Got a call from your girlfriend on the side. She couldn't resist, she even made me a list of everything you've done. So hit the road, change your name to Jack. Sleep with one eye open and watch your back. As a matter of fact, where did I put my gun? But you never thought that you'd get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Snakeskin shoes and your pants and your fancy car. I pulled out the stops and I called the cops and I told them where you keep your weed. You should've known better than to mess with a girl like me. Oh, you should've known better than to mess with a girl like me. Change your name to Jack. Sleep with one eye open and watch your back. As a matter of fact, where did I put my gun? But you never thought that you'd get caught with both your hands in the cookie jar. I guess you lose those snakeskin shoes and your pants and your fancy car. I pulled out the stops and I called the cops and I told them where you keep your weed. You should know better than to mess with a girl like me. Oh, you should know better than to mess with a girl like me. You should know better than to mess with a girl like me.
Welcome back to the Cam TV. It's couch guest time. And today, an old mate, Bryce Wern from the Hillbilly Goats. How you going, Bryce?
Going very, very well. Yourself?
Can't complain. Mate, the first time I saw you performing was with the seminal Cairns band, Better Than a Chook Raffle.
That's correct.
How long ago was that?
That was about 22 years ago when we started. We're still together. We occasionally split up due to artistic differences. But yeah, we still get together and play.
Way back then, you and I even got a little bit of a duo together, but I remember you always saying, wouldn't it be great to get a hillbilly band together, real hillbilly stuff? So you've had the ambition for a long time.
That's correct. I tried with Chook Raffle and they weren't interested at all, and I finally got to the point where I was playing with the right musicians, but because of their work commitments, we never could quite take it as far as we wanted to, and that was actually the Stumbling Mountain Goats. And we were also, then that turned into the Ant Hillbillies with Peter Clark as the front man, and then the Stumbling Mountain Goats ended up with Greg Buchanan. And then at one point we decided that we would grab the old guitar out and have a go at being front man myself, and I bought Marnie a double bass, and she was already playing in both those bands, and we started off our own act, and so we joined the two names together and got the Hillbilly Goats.
You've just come back from Tamworth.
Yes, we
And
have.
I believe you blitzed it.
We had quite a journey at Tamworth. Mike V, who's one of the big booking agents down there, who books for the pub group and several other venues, he got us in a write-up early in the week of Mike V's famous 4 to check for the festival. So at the beginning of the week there was a big write-up in one of the magazines or newspapers on one of the 4 acts to see. And as well as that, we've got our own top secret marketing that we do, including we were giving out cards with all our shows on the back, and walking the streets in our uniforms, and we were doing busking down there. We basically did 18 3-hour shows with busking in 10 days. We sold 800 CDs, and we didn't have a spare seat at one show. So looks like we've found ourselves a little spot in Tamworth, and as long as we keep pulling in the crowds and keep selling our merch, then they'll keep inviting us back. So we've been asked to play exclusive with the pub group next year.
Well, I'm going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, I'm going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, I'm going someplace that I've never been before. Well, I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Well, I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Where you can jump in the water and stay drunk all of the time.
Okay, well, let's talk about the actual show, the Out of the Mountain show. It's not just, a bunch of songs that you've cobbled together. There's been a lot of thought put into your repertoire, hasn't there?
We started researching on the internet, and then we started ordering some books from overseas. We were quite interested in the history of bluegrass, but then realised that all came from before the big bang of country, which is in I think 1927 was the first time they came and recorded country music. But before that, the Appalachian music, which is the original hillbilly music, all the immigrants came into America, and a good chunk of them went up into the mountains, and they stayed up there for 200 years. So their traditional tunes from Ireland and Scotland, and the banjo came from Africa, all sort of moulded together, which they're calling now Americana or Appalachian music, so American folk music. And we've really struck on that whole idea and recorded a whole CD with songs from 1710 up to 1931, I think it is. And it tells the story of how the Appalachian music became rock and roll and became country, and a little bit to do with blues and jazz as well. Although down on the lowlands they were already getting into their blues, because there was quite a dominant African American guitaring going on down there. But basically it all started from up in the mountains, and people are pretty interested in hearing that story of where each instrument comes from, and so we put that to a CD, and we take to festivals an open discussion workshop on Appalachian music where people can ask questions, and we open it by saying we don't know everything about this, so let's have a discussion if someone knows more, and in return we always get ourselves a good headline main stage spot.
Excellent. So what's next, mate? World domination?
Well, we're slowly smashing the Australian festival scene. We've got Gympie Muster this year. We've got the Ballina Festival. Tamworth's invited us back again for next year. Obviously, all the local festivals up here. We've got about another 10 that we're waiting back on at the moment. We know we'll get at least half of them. But the festival scene's working for us, and we really get a lot of exposure out there. Usually, even better when we go to a festival that isn't actually a country festival or bluegrass festival, usually a rock and roll festival, and throw us in as a random act amongst them all, usually smashes the house down. We have another CD. We're going to do Out of the Mountains CD number 2. We'll be recording with Nigel at Pegasus again in May, and we use every cent that we made from Tamworth out of our CD sales. We sent straight to him to pay for the next one. So we're going more traditional and more hillbilly and more stories of the old days and more old day style playing, because we've learnt a whole lot since we recorded our last one.
Cool.
So we're looking forward to that one.
Well, Goat Boy, thank you very much for coming in. Let's have a look at Say Darlin' Say, the clip that we showed you a little bit of a teaser last week. Here's the entire clip, shot up at Herberton Historic Village. This is the Hillbilly Goats, Say Darlin' Say.
Meh.
Supper's over and breakfast cooking. Old Nantucket just stands there looking. Get out of the way, old Nantucket. You're too late to get your supper. Get out of the way, old Nantucket. Everyone knows you're a goat.
Welcome everybody, I'm Kirtley Leigh, and that was Ravel's Cigane, one of the most powerful violin works known in the classical repertoire. I represent the artistic directorship of classical music group here in Cairns, beautiful part of far north Queensland. We're called Paradise Concerts. And this year we've got something really to celebrate for you because it's the 10th anniversary of myself as artistic director and my wonderful colleagues here in Cairns nationally and internationally, bringing you the very best chamber music that far north Queensland and indeed Australia has to offer. So the plan is there's going to be 4 concerts this year in my series, and the series is appropriately called Ménage à Trois. And of course, we all know what that means. What you can do with 2, you can have way more fun with 3. So I'm turning it on edge, and I'm doing that symbiosis of 3 musicians together on stage. This year, in terms of the piano trio, a violinist, pianist, and a beautiful cello. And the sonority of the cello, combined with the dramatic intervention of the piano and the soaring melodies of the violin, hopefully can bring something really interesting to what we have. So there's 4 dates, and they're spread throughout the year so that audiences can come along and enjoy classical music right through the year. Thanks for listening. So I'm Kirtley Leigh, and I can't wait to see you again on another episode of the Cam TV because it's all about the live music, classical and everything. And I'll be your classical music lady in Cairns. See you next time.
Grab your coat, slide your hat, leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street.
Can't you hear that pitter-pat and that happy tune in your step? Life can't be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
I used to walk in the shade
With the blues on parade, but I'm not afraid.
This rover has crossed over.
If I never had a cent,
I'll be rich as Rockefeller.
gold dust at my feet on the sunny, sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade,
With those blues on parade.
but I'm not afraid,
'Cause this rover has crossed over.
Can't you hear that pitter-pat?
And that happy tune in your step.
Life can't be so sweet
On the sunny, sunny side of the street.
I used to walk in the shade with the blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This rover has crossed over.
If I never had a cent,
I'll be rich as Rockefeller. I've got gold dust at my feet on the sunny, sunny side of the street.
yes, there's gold dust at my feet.
On the sunny side of the street. Hey, Miss Way, you go feel mighty good when you go listen that kind happy sound. They have it speak you.
Life is sweet one.
there down where that street, I used to walk about there. Inside shade. Yeah, God. Sorry one myself.
But now I know I can. I make myself strong, like Red Rover crossover. I don't worry if I got no pocket. I'll still be rich just like them Fla Rockefeller. I go have gold dust.
No, pearl shells one.
They were food.
Why?
To another time.
In Cam TV Episode 1, I introduced you to Eddie Skiba's CD, Bullet to Bloom. Originally from Melbourne, Eddie and the band are really making their presence known up here in Cairns and far north Queensland, and they truly deserve to. I just love Eddie and watching him perform. Well, I'm happy to say that now you can too. Yes, we have a clip for you, and here it is. This is so exciting because this song is the early stages of their new blues rock project, Eddie Skiba and the Durand Line. They will be recording an EP in the next month or so.
Suffering state, laying out the argument that we come first, subscribing to a theory that'll quench your thirst. I won't dig it if you don't dig it, but they're still digging it too. I won't dig it if you don't dig it, but they're still digging it too. Ground and see the mighty fall. One and all and everyone in turns to take. Train a brain to change patterns is hard to break. I won't burn it if you don't burn it, but they're still burning it too. I won't burn it if you don't burn it, but they're still burning it too. dig it if you don't dig it, but they're still digging it too. it too. I won't kill it if you don't kill it, but they're still killing it too.
Well, the big news is that the final lineup has been announced for the 5th annual Cairns Blues Festival that will be held on the 11th of May at the new location of Fitzroy Island. The Rockabilly Blues Express are mega excited to be playing at this year's festival alongside New Zealand's awesome blues guitarist Billy TK Jr. and the Groove Shakers, Mason Rack Band from the Gold Coast, Hat Fitz and Cara Robinson, Bluesville Station, Luke R. Davies, our own Cairns blues man himself, Sugarcane Collins. Also, the Hillbilly Goats, Corinda Christie, Blake's the Band 3, and as I mentioned, the Rockabilly Blues Express with Leanne Tennant. Here's a clip of the fabulous Leanne in action down in Brisbane with Bill Chambers and Cairns musicians Chris Ellis on bass and Rod Collins on harmonica. That's it from me today, folks. Hope to see you at the 5th annual Cairns Blues Festival on 11th of May.
Bang, bang, down we go. Oh, the trees go down, down they go. Say now, snap, bang, down they go. Oh, the trees go down, down they go. And it snapped its boughs and pulled its bark. The oak tree was tired and stark. The weary wind gave up and spoke, said, how are you still standing? Oh, as the wind begins to blow, as the others grow, they pushed and swayed, all the leaves blew away, the other trees fell all around. This old oak tree, it held its ground. It held its ground. It held its ground. It held its ground. Bang, bang, down we go. Oh, the trees go down, down they go. Say now, snap, bang, down they go. Oh, the trees go down, down they go. And it stacked its boughs and pulled its bark until the old tree was tired and stark. You can scratch the surface, make a wound, and carve your name into me too, but I'll still bend.
Well, that was the talented Leanne, Tennant and friends, live on stage at Big Sound in Brisbane last year. Well, now it's time to focus on one of the venues around Cairns. And this episode, I sent Irene Barrett down to the Grand Hotel, where they were having one of their 6 or 7 Up Sunday sessions.
Well, I'm down here at the Grand for the 7 Up Sunday session, and I'm not sure where we're up to. I think this might be the 3rd or 4th, but I've got just the right man to talk to here, or the right men to talk to here. The one and only Paulie Roxon first, and tell us all about it, Paulie, how it all got started.
Well, the Grand Session's a bit of a support between the local pub and our Cairns Muso site as well. We've run a couple of these gigs, and basically we're trying to set up a local network of local live music and try and create a few gigs and that, and get a bit more of support for the local live stuff going on through the Cairns Muso site. And that, it basically started out as an idea to collaborate all our local musos and that together, and that's where Rollsy comes in on it as well. These guys have got the Fun Factory that they run out at Holloway's Beach there as well, and they're very similar ideas. So like today's effort's a bit of a collaboration between Cairns Musos and the Fun Factory guys, and hopefully we can sort of make a bit of a difference, I think, in the local music scene.
It's all about promoting live music here in Cairns. You know, I've always believed that Cairns should be the New Orleans of Australia. Unfortunately, licensing laws here don't quite accommodate what we do here. They're all designed for big cities like Brisbane. They haven't been designed for a tourist town like here. We want to bring the fun factor back into music here. Live music's all about a collaboration, as he said, of musos. And we have got so much talent here in Cairns. So much untapped talent, and together we're trying to put together a team, a club, and so we are a club that puts live music back on the map in Cairns. All about live music in Cairns, and this man here, we're teaming up, we're doing it together, and we're trying to team all the guys, all the musos in Cairns to get together, stand as one force, and put this place back on the map with music.
And the great news is those 6 or 7 Up Sunday sessions will be happening every month at the Grand. Look for them on the last Sunday of the month. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of great talent around. I was just going to get the groceries the other day at Woolies Red Lynch. There was a fella busking there. I couldn't get over how good his voice and guitar playing was. His name's Jayden Reid, and I'd like to give you a little bit of a look at him. This is Jayden and his take on Yellow.
Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you, and all the things you do, and it was all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. Oh, what a thing to do, and it was all yellow. And then I waste my time. What a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, yeah, your skin and bones turns into something beautiful. Did you know that I love you so? You know I love you so. You know I love you so. You know I love you so. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and all the things you do, and it was all yellow.
He's good, isn't he? That's Jayden Reid. And just a little bit of a teaser really, because Jayden writes his own stuff and is working on a clip as we speak. So hopefully it'll be ready for the next episode. And that's it for this episode of the Cam TV. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please share it far and wide. Going to leave you with Jeremiah Johnson and a clip that was made for him by some school students actually. This one's called The Mannequin. Good night, world.
Your hand right through the glass like it's not really there, 'cause it's not really there. No unexplainable, intangible excuse or email address could mail you through that glass. Push your way again, this is your reality. This is your sculpture and yet this is your gallery. And inside that store there's an installed illusion, a crafty invention to keep us all in. Security checkered laybys for all individual thoughts. Security checkered laybys for all individual thoughts. Fear nothing, you fear, we fear nothing at all. I fear nothing, you fear, we fear nothing at all. So now I'm free. Yes, it's me, your favorite in-store mannequin. My legs are loose and my arms are free as I radiate and generate a big warm smile to you. 'Cause I'm impulsive, unsubjectively awakened, my new perspective, running naked down your street tonight. Some of these streets are filled with unconditional love, and some of these streets are filled with ignorance and indulgence. Some of these streets are filled with unconditional love, and some of these streets are filled with ignorance and indulgence. So what street do you sleep on? I fear nothing, you fear, we fear nothing at all. I fear nothing, you fear, we fear nothing at all. Don't get addicted to the life in magazine. Get addicted to the life on TV screen. Don't get addicted to the life in magazine. Don't get addicted not all